everybody, Dmak here, coming with you with another video. It's been a couple years since I've published anything, so I felt like the world of YouTube needed to see my beautiful face and hear my voice again. Just out on a day hike with the pup. Jumped out of the car and decided to go hiking. Some of the first weeks of snow here, so we decided to get running. But I wanted to do a quick video on my ready bag, my bag that I carry every day with me. Some call it an EDC bag, some will call it a get home bag, a bug out bag. I just call it my bag, man. It's my purse. That's what I carry every day. That's what I do all my stuff with. So we're about, I'd say we're probably about 9,000 feet elevation. I've been hiking for about 4 or 5 miles now. Getting to about my halfway point where I want to turn around and head back to the car. But I'm just going to show you my contents of my pack real quick. So give me just a second here. Alright, so the pack that I'm using is a new pack for 2015. It's made by Condor. I've been really impressed with it so far. It's the Condor Solvig Assault Pack. I was wanting to get a bag that had Molly on it, but I didn't want one that was over the top, where you could see all the panels and everything like that. But I've got a lot of Molly gear, and sorry, it's windy and snowy up here. Got a lot of Molly gear, and when the situation presents itself, I would like to be able to attach all my Molly stuff to my bag, but it's not necessary for everyday carry. And this one's awesome because it's got a beaver tail on the front right here that conceals. There's my pup Kazi right there, so you guys can see. Hey, Kazi. So it conceals all the Molly panel on the front. You got quite a few, 6 rows, 6 columns. So plenty of Molly on the front. I have this in case I want to expand into a larger pistol or firearm set if I'm going to the range, or if I'm going to go camping, just go have fun. I want a bigger rifle or bigger pistol. Let's real quick. So I've just got a couple morale patches. Climb into the pack here in just a little bit. I just did a take in the hill, and it was pretty scrambled. I didn't really get through all the stuff that I wanted to show you guys. So I'm probably just going to do a tabletop breakdown of my pack as soon as we get done out hiking. But I really want to go over everything that I've got in there so you guys can see what I carry on a regular basis. Maybe give you guys some ideas on things that would be beneficial for you as you're out hiking or as you're out surviving. Because I consider waking up every morning and getting out of bed an act of survival. So it just depends on how you want to define that level of survival right there. Yeah. I wanted to kind of go into a little bit of philosophy about, sorry, I was climbing under a tree right here real quick. I want to go into some philosophy, my personal philosophy on daily carry and bug out bag versus get home bag versus everyday carry bag versus, system this, system that. There's been a whole lot of hoopla on the web lately about preparing for the end of the world as we know it, shit hit the fan scenarios, disasters, this, that, whatever. I think it's a really good idea to be prepared on a daily basis. That's what I learned in Boy Scouts, was to always be prepared for whatever. So I think instead of defining certain pack as a get home bag or survival kit, 72-hour, this, that, whatever, I carry a ready bag. I've got a bag that's ready for whatever. I live in a pretty mountainous area, as you can see through my hike here. We regularly will stop and go hiking after I get off of work, if I go pick up the wife, the dog, whatever. So we can, I love to go hiking, love to play out in the woods, but I also live in the city. I live in a pretty urban environment, over 1 million people in the city there, and so I need to be realistic and be ready for urban scenarios just as much as wilderness scenarios. It's not always about being ready for 100% bushcraft, being 100% ready for urban survival scenarios, end of the world scenarios. It's just about being ready, being comfortable, having the shit that you want to carry around on a regular basis, and having your toys with you, man. Let's be real. Half of us carry this shit just because we like to have our toys with us. So, I'm a 33-year-old child at heart, so yeah, why not? But I have also learned that I've cut down on a lot of redundancies. I watch a lot of YouTube videos on urban packs and wilderness packs and 72-hour packs and this, that, whatever. And these guys have like 30 and 40 pound loadouts, carrying all sorts of shit they've never used before. Anyway, I just gotta do a panoramic. It's a really fucking beautiful view where we're at right now. Oh, you gotta see. Yeah, just out in the beauty of nature. Gotta love Utah. Gotta love the mountains. I'm up in the Wasatch right now, just doing my thing. But I think it's really important to be realistic with the pack that you build and the stuff that you carry, because you gotta carry that shit, man. Like, I don't know if you've ever hiked with 30 pounds on your pack for 10 miles, but that ain't easy. And especially if it's not like a proper hip belt suspension system for hiking. That shit, I remember, doing Appalachian Trail and other hikes that we've done. I'm trying to be 35 pounds or less for multi-day hiking scenarios, much less everyday carry. So my everyday carry pack is pretty heavy, but it's down to 18 pounds with water, 44 ounces of water on board. So it's a little heavy, but I can comfortably ruck 18 pounds for ever without having issues. So it's a good weight for me. I've cut down on a lot of the nonsense issue item. I don't have 15 sparker rods and 10 different fire starting techniques. I need like maybe 2 fire starting techniques. I think I'm a little redundant on my pocket knives because I carry a Leatherman and a Benchmade on my person, along with a neck knife. Always have my neck knife on. So I got 3 knives on me, and then I've got like a Leatherman and a knife in my bag as well. So that is 5 blades on me, or 5 cutting methods right there, which is a little redundant, but they're my toys. I like to use them. So. But other than that, man, I really think it's important to make sure that you have the, good gear. Don't overspend, but don't underspend. A lot of people underspend and buy that shit at Walmart that falls apart. I'm not saying Walmart brand stuff isn't, I've got some shit in my bag right now that's from Walmart, but the stuff that my hard use items that I use on a daily basis, I want to make sure that they're going to be quality items that I can use on a daily basis for, months and years to come. So I spend up a little bit, the pocket knife I carry, I've got a Benchmade Contigo. She's big, she's expensive, but it's probably one of the greatest pocket knives I've owned, and it's allowed me to get rid of a lot of my other knives because I like the blade steel, I like the size, it's got a little glass breaker on the back, the blade shape is excellent. I finally found my perfect everyday carry knife. It might be, in some people's eyes, that's going to be a huge, why the hell do you need a 4-inch folding blade knife? Well, because I do just as much bushcraft on a regular basis as the next guy does. But I like to have a big, kind of survival / self-defense blade with me at all times. Yeah, that's that. So continuing on with the philosophy side of things, I really think it's important that you build a system that's right for you, that you can actually carry every day, something that you will carry every day. They say don't carry a firearm that's too big because you'll never carry it. Well, the same goes with your EDC bag or your get home bag or your whatever bag. I love the guys that, I've got a 40-pound pack in my car, and if I need to, I'm good to go. Well, you know what? I'm not always around my car. I'm not always with my car. But I can absolutely tell you, I'm always with my backpack. She goes everywhere with me. Test drives, when I'm out doing, car dealership stuff. I carry my backpack like a woman carries a purse. And I pride myself in that because I've always got the stuff that I need. Sorry, just another panoramic because the view is gorgeous out here right now. Just a little bit of snow on the ground, but yeah. I think it's important to build a succinct pack that's going to serve you properly. So I'm going to break away from my hike right now, and we're going to jump into a tabletop, and I'm going to break down my pack and kind of show you everything that's inside of it. So we'll get back with you guys in just a second. So here's my little tabletop. Broken everything down. Tried to do it up on the hill, and I just left some stuff out, so I kind of wanted to show you everything that I carry. And I know this looks ridiculous, but this might give you a good idea of, you know, things to carry, things not to carry. Oh well. So let's just kind of jump into it real quick. Right there, I've got a 44-ounce Hydro Flask. Killer water bottle. Obviously I've got this thing all decorated with my stickers and stuff like that. Holds ice for like a day or so, stays hot for a whole long time. If I had to, I could boil in it. You know, it would screw up the stickers and the enamel, but it is what it is. If I had to, we could make it happen. This is my like everyday little food pack that I eat out of just, you know, my little snack section. This is actually an MRE fudge brownie. The wife and I have kind of randomly fallen in love with the MRE ration desserts right there, so I keep them on stock in the cabinet just to munch on. You know, fruit snacks, granola bars, whatever. You know, everyone that carries a bag, prepper, whatever you want to call them, is going to have a section of their kit where they're probably a little bit more over the top than they really need to be. Mine's probably my first aid kit. I was EMT for a long time, so I carry a little bit more extensive, but even still I've gotten it down to a pretty good size, as you can see there. I've got like a trauma section and then an everyday section right here. A large hot hand, like kind of a body warmer, and then just a small hot hand right there. Since I live in an area where it snows regularly, for personal defense, in the bag I always carry the a firearm. Currently, the one that's riding in the bag is my Ruger LCP with Crimson Trace, and then just a pair of magazines. So you're like 20 rounds deep with that, which I feel is more than adequate amount of firepower if I needed to be in a personal defensive situation, or if I was fighting my way to a truck or to a rifle or anything like that. If I can't do it with this, then it's not going to happen, realistically. So this little bag right here that was in the bag, this is kind of the breakdown of everything that goes in this bag. So I've got my personal toiletries right here, just a small thing of deodorant, eye drops, a couple single-use toothbrushes, a little thing of dental floss. I've got my eyeglasses case with a pair of glasses, a spare set of contacts, and a contact case, along with a glasses cleaner. The beauty of me is that I'm kind of blind, so as you can see, I've got magnifier. Like forget your little, you know, crappy magnifying glasses that you see, whatever. These are like freaking pocket binocular Coke bottle bottoms. I can burn ants from 5 feet away with those bad boys, so we could start a fire with those no problem if we need it to be. Right here, pair of Goal Zero Switch 7s, just little USB powered sticks, so I can plug into multiple devices right there. And then this right here is just a spare 18650 rechargeable battery for my flashlight. Little battery case right here. I've got 4 AAA's, 2 CR123s. Those are the only batteries that I carry in my everyday, or my ready bag, so those are the only ones that I feel that I need. And then into my electronics section, I've got just all the, you know, pair of headphones, micro and mini USB on retractable coils to kind of take, you know, save space. I've got a dual output 12 volt and a 110 volt charger for phone, walkie-talkie, personal player, whatever it is. Right here I carry a small tobacco tin. It seals up water and airtight, which is great. But I have a whole bunch of memory cards and like a USB stick in there. I've got a lot of memory, but this is where I carry all my old home videos, pictures, backed up documents, this, that, whatever. So I've got a lot of information in these things that I like to carry around on my person at all times in case the house were to burn down, you know, I were to get separated, not ever be able to get home again, this, that, or whatever. So I've also got a Creative Zen little kind of media player deal. This one takes an SD card, so I can, you know, very expandable, along with the 8 gigs on board. It does MIDI, movies, videos, music, pictures, all the above. It's got an FM radio built in, a voice recorder built in, so that's a great little piece of kit right there. I like having the, you know, kind of the FM radio in there in case I needed to listen to it for whatever reason. So one of the things that I carry in my bag that a lot of folks will think is too large, but I use it regularly, or don't use it regularly, but
like to have it with me because I do a lot of impromptu wilderness hiking. I carry a can of bear mace with me. It's going to be a great deterrent, obviously, for wild animals that you come across in the bush, but also if I need to do some crowd control real quick and to be able to evade, I can put out a huge cloud of pepper spray and then start running if needs be. So that's that. I carry a big lighter on a retractable zinger right here. I've got waxed hemp cord wrapped around the lighter, which is a nice little feature, so I don't have to keep the lighter going. If I'm fire starting, you just light that wick and it'll slow burn around the wick there. Chapstick, got a little small baggie full of those little one-time use flossers, which is excellent. Duct tape and electrical tape around an old credit card, gift card thingy. SOL, bivy, last case scenario, these things suck to sleep in, so I'd prefer not to have to use that, but it is a nice little piece of kit to have because I do enough bush crafting or in wilderness work to where it'd be a nice thing to have if I were to get stranded. But also if I was in my car during a blizzard and I couldn't keep the car idling for out of gas, stranded, whatever, it would be nice to be able to climb into that inside a shelter to retain a little bit of warmth. Carry a packet of wet wipes for sanitation reasons, obviously. This right here is a Grand Trunk bag that folds up real small. It's nice to have a secondary little shoulder bag that I could use if I go to the grocery store impromptu. I don't like to get plastic, or I like to reduce, reuse, recycle, so I try not to get any of the bags from the grocery store, so I use that pretty regularly at getting groceries. But also if I was in a bushcraft scenario where I needed to collect firewood, or if I just needed to carry more things than I could fit into my bag for whatever reason, that's just a kind of a pretty sturdy bag to carry around. It's made out of the parachute, hammock stuff, whatever, parachute fabric, so it's pretty heavy duty. Right here, this is a Night Eyes flashlight headband strap. I don't carry a full-on headlight like a lot of folks do because I carry a couple flashlights and it's very easy for me to tuck one of my flashlights into that and rock it as a headlamp. I've got a dog and I go hiking regularly and I like to be responsible, so I do carry a thing of disposal bags for for sanitation purposes. And then with that, I've got one of those gear ties, those Night Eyes gear ties wrapped around it, which works as a good easel for my cell phone if I'm watching movies, this, that, or whatever. So that's kind of a fun little piece of kit to have. Right here is just a Frontier filter straw. Real basic, real rudimentary. I live in Utah, so if I were to be hiking home for whatever reason or up in the mountains and I need to get more water, this would work really well. I'm not really worried about the viral aspect of it too much, but it'll filter out all the cysts and everything needs to be. It does have a little bit of charcoal dust that comes out when you do it, but in an emergency situation, it's a hell of a lot better than nothing, so I'll take it. And then here we've got a packet of Kleenex and just a standard bandana. And a little book of matches. Coming up here, I've got compass, signal mirror, whistle, Leatherman Micra. This is some 375 cord, not very similar to 550 cord, but much smaller. As you can see right there, that's a full 100-foot hank. Hell of a lot smaller than a 100-foot hank of paracord, and it's got plenty of tensile strength to be the proper cordage I need. One of the redundant items that I carry in my bag. This is my bag knife. It's a Benchmade Griptilian and D2 steel. Great little knife. Moving into my emergency food section of the bag. This will sit in the portion of my bag that doesn't really get used a whole lot. This is kind of my backup food, which some will argue you don't really need. If I was going to be trapped in a 72, 96 hour scenario, I would like to have a little bit of munchies with me. If I'm hiking for 10, 12 miles to get home, it might be nice to have some of this stuff right here. So I've got 2 MRE entrees. They work very well. You can eat them hot, you can eat them cold, you can heat them up in the bags themselves. You can just throw that bad boy on a fire and let it cook. Great meals, and they taste pretty good. So even if I was at work hungry and wanted lunch, I would pop open one of those if I didn't have anything and whatever. But then for the hiking purposes, I also carry a couple shot gels and shot blocks right here. Caffeinated, nice calorie, sugar intake, so as you're moving, that's a really good thing to have while you're hiking. I use those pretty regularly. And then just a collapsible spork for times that I would like to eat and I don't have any silverware with me and I need it. This right here is my pocket pouch that I clip on the inside of my bag. I've reviewed this thing before, but we'll just kind of go through it once more. I've got a couple things of field notes. I use those for journals, this, that, and the other. You know, God, I write a lot into my little books right there. And then I just have about 3 or 4 sheets of Write in the Rain paper. I don't really like writing on Write in the Rain paper. It's kind of a pain in the ass. But if I ever needed it for whatever reason to write a note and tack it to a tree or something like that, I could get away with it. Then I've just got a various assortment of Sharpie marker, mechanical pencil. I've got a 511 PL whatever ATAC PL double AAA light. Great little flashlight right here. This is probably one of my favorite, most used lights. I've got a CRKT tactical pen, which is a little over the top. You don't really need the tactical pen, but I do carry this on the airplane with me. That would be probably my most effective. That, coupled with my flashlight, would be my self-defense method if I were needing to use that on an airplane for whatever reason. And then just a standard regular pen. Over here I carry a Leatherman Charge, and this is a Phoenix PD35. She cooks even inside the sheath. You can see super bright light right there. Then down in this pack, also right here, a little Leatherman bit extender along with the Leatherman bit kit and a ferro rod. Real simple. In the front pouch of this, I'm not going to pull it up, but I've got a disposable set of hearing plugs, or earplugs, in case I go to the range impromptu, or if it's just a really loud, chaotic situation in the city for whatever reason, go to a concert, this, that, or the other. And then I've got a single, individually wrapped Esbit fuel bar for fire and cooking purposes. Well, not really cooking purposes, just fire purposes. I carry a Talkabout radio. That's a nice little piece of kit. The wife carries a Talkabout radio in her car as well. We work about a mile away from each other. We both live about 11 miles from home. So if there were to be a scenario that we needed to, if the roads were shut down, if the cars were not functional, if there really was a catastrophic event that caused us to have to hike home, we have our plans in place, and she would turn her radio on and mine radio on until we met at our designated area, and then we would get home together. This little guy, this is just something I use regularly. I threw it in my bag. A lot of folks carry binoculars. Binoculars are kind of fun and all, but I actually throw my one of my rangefinders in here. This is just a little Vortex rangefinder 1000. It's kind of fun, 6x binocular, so you can do some forward scouting and stuff like that. But you can also do some range finding, which is kind of fun. I use that feature every once in a while. But even when I'm not hunting, it's kind of fun to guess yardage and see how close I am on the yardage and in meters and stuff like that. Coming along the top row right here, clothing-wise, I just carry a stocking cap, a pair of gloves. These are pretty nice little Carhartt gloves. They're pretty hard, rubberized on the bottom side and soft shell, so they're super waterproof, warm, comfy, and they function pretty well. Carry a black and green Samaj. We all know the benefits of those. It can be used as a, for hot weather sunshade. It can be cold weather, head, neck, face wrap. It can, if you were in an urban situation where, say, a building collapsed or a bomb went off, anything like that, there's a lot of dust and debris. It doesn't really quite work as an N95 mask, but that wrapped around your face, double, triple plied, it's going to filter out quite a few larger particulates that you would be breathing in. Really good idea to have. And you could also, veil yourself and use it as extra camouflage if you're hiking home through the hills, this, that, whatever. You can, God, 1.5 million uses. And then in here I carry this is a Mountain Hardware Dry Q hard shell. Extremely waterproof, folds down pretty small, and it's really just, I always like having a rain jacket on me. It works great. In the wintertime, I'll obviously be prepared on a regular basis with the clothing that I wear on a regular basis, but it's, in case it's snow or windy, I can throw on an extra hard shell and really cut out the elements there. So that's something that I highly suggest anybody carry a nice wind-proof jacket. This right here is my little this is my pocket carry. So this kind of couples along with my all the above. Pocket carry real quick. Keys, I'll actually clip this whole system in the bag, because as you can see, I've got a ridiculously large amount of keys, but I've got them racked accordingly so I can take off, 1 or 2 little sets of keys there and just throw what I'm using for the day in my pocket, or the regular use stuff in my pocket, and then just have the rest in my bag. Got my wallet. Got a little single AAA Phoenix flashlight. That's what I use that thing every bloody day. That thing works. Oh God, I love this little flashlight. It's an LD02 if you're interested. Right here, Benchmade Contigo. That's my everyday carry pocket knife. As we all are hunting for the perfect knife, I feel as though I finally found it. I absolutely love this pocket knife, and I won't replace it for a long bloody time. It's got a killer blade shape. It's got the glass breaker on the bottom, and it's big. You know, a lot of people don't like the big knives, and that's fine. It's a 3.98 inch blade, so it is pretty hefty. But for a combination of bushcraft, it's one of Benchmade's hard use knives. The thing's indestructible. M4 steel, just God, it holds an edge, baby. Like, that thing is God, what an amazing knife. Absolutely love every minute of it. I also carry a Leatherman in my pocket, so these are my redundancies. I carry 2 Leathermans, one in the bag, one in my pocket. If my bag's sitting at my desk and I'm out on I'm a car dealer. If I'm out on the lot and I need to, tweak something or other, it's really nice. God, I use my Leatherman all the time, working on cars, doing random shit like that. So I'll just keep that in my pocket, and then if I'm ever, whatever. So as my, some of a few redundancies, and then lastly, my neck knife. I carry a WRKT knucklehead. So this is my EDC get home bag, 72-hour kit, ready bag, whatever the hell you want to call it. This is just my bag. This is my ready kit. My ready bag is what I call it. I carry it every single day with me. But yeah, so I'll jump into a little bit of philosophy on it now. So let me know if you guys have any questions. But that's pretty much it for my daily carry. It weighs in right at 18 pounds with water and everything, so it's it's heavy, but it's not over the top heavy. I mean, I'm 5 miles deep into the woods, and we're up at 9,000 feet in elevation, deep in the snow, and I've got no issues with it whatsoever carrying it. So it's been a great little loadout for me. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you have any questions at all. All that I ask is that you be respectful in the comments, which I obviously understand will not happen because a lot of YouTube assholes out there and a lot of keyboard commandos. So we'll let them do their thing. But by all means, let me know what you guys think. Talk to you guys later. This is Dmak signing out.